Hello, Warrior family out there. This is my first attempt at doing an online review of the Golden State Warriors. Instead of typing out one of those big long emails that Tony likes to do, I just figured I'd just talk instead. Let's see. Currently, the Warriors are in ninth place in the West. They're 4-4. I think after the fast start, I think I had the Warriors at maybe possibly getting 50 wins. And I wanted to do this review after 10 games of the season, but I don't think it's going to matter now that Andrew Bogut is out. I can go ahead and do the review now and tell you that we're not going to reach 50 wins, even with a 4-4 record. We're looking like a 500 team. Looking at the games that we won, particularly against Phoenix and the Clippers, this team could very well be just having 2 wins. We could very well be 2-6. The first game, the Phoenix win. Okay, you got Steph Curry is missing his first 10 shots after signing the big contract, which I didn't quite agree with, but anyway, I'll get to that later. He couldn't seal the game at the free throw line. If it wasn't for Carl Landry, scoring the big 12 points in the fourth quarter, Phoenix team with no Steve Nash, opening the season with no Steve Nash. This is a win. I thought scoring only 87 points was close. It's at Phoenix, but to me, I didn't see it as some kind of great victory. Phoenix I don't think is that good, but the Warriors came away with a win. That was good. But I'm just pointing that out as a game they could have possibly lost. The Memphis loss, was pretty big because of Brandon Rush going down, which, by the way, I think saying Zach Randolph is a thug. What he got into it with Kendrick Perkins. Kendrick Perkins, I think, is a studio gangster, and Zach Randolph is a real gangster. If he says he's going to do something to you, probably he's going to follow up with it. But anyway, Memphis is a good team. First home loss for the Warriors, that was almost expected. The Clippers win, I will say, was very, very impressive because it was the Clippers' first loss of the season at that. Although they did give up a big lead, the Warriors did, which I wasn't happy with. I think once you have that big lead on the road, you can't allow a team to just get back in it the way the Clippers did. Mark Jackson was quoted saying, we don't quit. We had every reason to quit. No, you didn't. You you had a big lead. You had every reason to crush that team. But I understand. You got Chris Paul coming back at you. And can I just go ahead and say that Jamal Crawford is an amazing player. He should be starting. And I don't like it when the NBA does this, when they have like one of the best players in the league coming off the bench just so he can win the Sixth Man of the Year award every year. Okay, anyway, on to the Sacramento loss. Sacramento almost blew a 16-point lead to us, so kudos for the Warriors kind of coming back in that one, but DeMarcus Cousins showed that he's a beast. He totally outworked, made Andrew Bogut look like his feet were stuck in the ground. Sacramento's going to be, I think, a tougher team than we thought, mostly because of what they did in the draft. Sacramento's never really been relevant in the NBA, but this year I think they're going to probably make some noise. But that was a loss that maybe the Warriors could have came back and came away with, but I definitely see how they lost that game. They should have never won it in the first place. So the Cleveland win, come on, it's Cleveland. Okay, enough said. But I do like Kyrie Irving. I'll just throw that out there. Now the Laker game was very disappointing to me. It was horrible to watch. There was horrible shooting, horrible officiating. This was a game that I had circled that was going to show me what the Warriors had this season, because it's the big bad Lakers. They already have a psychological advantage over us. We never play well against the Lakers, but the Lakers were in a spin as an organization, having this coach, Bickerstaff guy off the bench just to come in and try to call a conservative game, and yet the Lakers just dominated the Warriors 101-77, as in normal fashion. The best I could say about that game is maybe the game is kind of close in the first quarter, and that's about it. But other than that, it just went on to kind of show me that, once again, the Warriors serve as either the farm league for the rest of the NBA, or maybe the stepping stone that a team like the Lakers needs to just turn things around and show that the rest of the NBA that they're back. Okay. Anyway, in the Denver loss, double OT, that's tough any way you go. But it was another blown lead, that the Warriors had. So, um, again, I'm questioning the toughness that Mark Jackson was kind of talking about. I don't think this team is tough. I think they're mentally weak, and that Denver loss just kind of showed that those are games in the NBA that you have to win. You're going to run into several games that are close like that, and even an overtime game every now and then. And those are the kind of wins that you kind of need to pull off as an organization to take that next step. The Atlanta win was pretty good, mostly because I thought it was Harrison Barnes' breakout game. It's good to see the rookie that we draft finally shows promise. I mean, the kid is. We thought that he was going to be okay. We liked him at Kentucky, but we never thought that he was. I'm sorry, North Carolina, but we never thought that he was going to be able to shoot a 3-point shot or get to the rim or rebound the way he has as a rookie. So that's very promising. Harrison Barnes, right on. So the Warriors are 4-4. The next game up is going to be against the T-Wolves. They're 5-3. But they have 4 starters out for this one. They got 6 total players out, including Brandon Roy and J.J. Barea. I see the Warriors getting this win on Friday, then maybe possibly getting over 500, which would be nice. I would really like to see the Warriors push this record to 6-4 on their first 10 games of the season. 5-5 would be okay. Would be acceptable too. So, but my prediction so far, 50 wins, is not going to happen for the Warriors. Okay, and real quick, I'd like to talk about Tony's predictions too. Tony, I hope you remember the email that you sent to me about your predictions for the season, because this is how you ended it. Out of all the teams that you listed in the West, you said that you're hoping that the Warriors can split the series with the Lakers and Clippers and maybe win most of the games versus the Kings. So, just from that statement, I'm going to say that you predicted correctly that the Warriors are going to have trouble this season making the playoffs, just because of that statement there. Okay, so till next time, I will try to shorten it. Oh, real quick, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are the Warrior scorers. They need to step up their shooting percentage for anything to happen for this team. For Klay Thompson, who's supposed to be our sharpshooter, he needs to just maybe not look for the jump shot every single time. If you come off that screen, he's not Reggie Miller. He's not. He could take the ball to the rim. He needs to start driving more to boost up his confidence. And he just takes a lot of bad shots too, where he's not. Maybe he's too far out, or he rushes it. He doesn't work in the flow of the game at all. And Steph Curry too. What an undersized point guard he's shown to be. And the thing, maybe he should be an off guard. Maybe Jarrett Jack should run the point more. Jarrett Jack just seems like a more natural point, the way the team runs. Yeah, he's not as flashy. He's not a great shooter like Steph Curry. But what good is Steph Curry when he's, he can't guard the opposing point guard because of his size. He's 9th in the NBA in turnovers at 3.4. And before you say, Darren Williams, he's, 4 turnovers per game. Well, Darren Williams is also averaging 7.7 assists per game, where Steph Curry's only 5.4. I think 5.4 is low assist ratio for a point guard, especially a guy who can supposedly see the court and be a natural like Steph Curry is. He can't get the passes off because the bodies are too big around him. He can't get separation by pushing off on anybody. So, I don't know. I hate to rag on Steph Curry, but I didn't like the signing. I think that he's too small to play the position. I think maybe an off guard might suit him better. Just moving forward, you're just going to come up against some pretty big point guards, especially in the West. And definitely we need Klay Thompson to step up his shooting percentage, as well as Steph Curry. He really needs to step up his shooting percentage too, because then he's really a failure out there if he's not shooting well, and he's a deficiency on defense. So, and a big ups to Carl Landry. Can't say enough about that guy. I wish he could get more playing time. I understand that David Lee has got to get his minutes too. They kind of play the same position, although I kind of like the small ball with those two in there at the same time, where Carl Landry has shown he can push some of those big centers around. He did it against Dwight Howard a couple times. The other player I would like to really mention is Jarrett Jack, for putting, he's playing 25 minutes solid. his turnovers though too. It's only .9. So that's what I mean by playing the point guard position. I mean, Jared Jack is controlling the pace of the game. He's commanding the court. That's what I would like to see out of Steph Curry. Andrew Bogut, I think that was a great pickup, but health is an issue. If he's not able to go, he's not able to go. And it was kind of the story of the Warriors. Ezeli, not sure about that guy yet. He's still young, still raw. Richard Jefferson can turn out to be a pretty bad pickup for I think the money that the Warriors spent for that guy. Draymond Green probably needs to work on just figuring out what he's trying to do out there on the court. I mean, the guy looks like great athlete, looks totally lost. So, anyway, that's me. I'm going to sign on out. Thanks for listening. Bye.